Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we explore the hidden treasures of American currency and reveal just how valuable those little coins in your pocket can really be. Today we have an absolutely fascinating discovery that has shocked collectors all around the world. We are going to talk about a coin that at first glance looks like an ordinary 1-cent coin, but in reality, its market value can reach up to $585.36. Yes, you heard that right. A 2005 Lincoln cent that is worth big money. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever taken a handful of change from your pocket, jingled it around and thought it was just a bunch of ordinary pennies? Most of us do not even bother looking at them. We use them to pay for gum, we leave them in tip jars, or they get lost at the bottom of our drawers. But what if I told you that one of those little brown coins might actually be worth hundreds of dollars? That is why coin collectors and treasure hunters always keep their eyes open, and that is why channels like Rare US Coins exist. To show you that history, rarity, and value can be hiding in plain sight, the coin we are focusing on today is the 2005 Lincoln cent. Now, the D mint mark means that this coin was minted in Denver. Most pennies from that year are of course very common and worth only 1 cent. But here's the twist. Some of these coins carry special errors and rare conditions that make them incredibly valuable. When collectors find one in high-grade condition or with a unique striking error, the price skyrockets. And that is how a simple 1-cent coin becomes a collector's prize worth hundreds of dollars on the market. So why is the 2005 cent so special? First, let's talk about errors. In the world of coin collecting, error coins are like hidden gems. They happen when something unusual occurs during the minting process. For example, the coin might be struck off center, it might have doubling on the letters or numbers, or it could even be made on the wrong type of metal planchet. Each one of these mistakes turns an ordinary penny into a valuable rarity. Some collectors search for these errors their whole lives, because finding one is like hitting the jackpot. Next, we must consider condition. Collectors rate coins based on their quality using what is known as the Sheldon scale, which goes from 1 to 70. A coin that looks brand new, shiny, and without scratches is called mint state, and those can reach very high values. If you happen to find a 2005 cent in nearly perfect mint condition, it could easily be worth far more than its face value. That is where we get into the hundreds of dollars range, and that is where the magic number $585.36 comes in. But wait, let's dive a little deeper. Imagine you have a roll of pennies at home, maybe from a bank, maybe from change you've been saving for years. You start looking closely at each one with a magnifying glass. At first, they look like ordinary coins. But then you notice something odd. Maybe the lettering says Liberty but the I looks doubled. Or perhaps the date looks strange and misaligned. You set it aside, do some research, and suddenly realize you are holding a valuable treasure. That is exactly how many collectors have discovered these rare 2005 coins. The coin market is always full of surprises. The value of rare coins can go up and down depending on demand, rarity, and collector interest. Right now, the market has shown us that these 2005 cents in certain conditions and with specific errors can be valued at more than $500. That is an unbelievable return on something most people overlook every single day. Now, here's the exciting part. You could have one of these coins sitting in your home right now. It might be in your piggy bank, your wallet, or even in the cup holder of your car. The thrill of coin collecting is that anyone can find a valuable coin if they know what to look for. You do not need to be an expert. All you need is patience, curiosity, and a little bit of knowledge, which is exactly what Rare US Coins brings you. So let's go step by step. If you have a 2005 penny, flip it over and look for the D mint mark under the date. Next, check the condition. Is it shiny and almost new? Does it look like it has no scratches, no wear, and sharp details? If yes, that is a good sign. Then, carefully examine the letters and numbers for doubling or unusual patterns. Even the smallest error can increase the value dramatically. Collectors love unique coins, and the more unusual the error, the higher the price you can expect. This is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. It is like treasure hunting in your own pocket. Every time you handle coins, you could be holding history and value that most people ignore. Think about it. A 1-cent coin, made in 2005, that normally nobody would care about, is now valued at $585.36 in the market. That is not just a coin. That is a story, a piece of art, a slice of history, and yes, a financial opportunity. So the next time you get pennies in change, do not dismiss them. Do not let them gather dust in a jar. Take a closer look. Because you never know. You might just find the next big treasure. Here at Rare US Coins, we are dedicated to uncovering these amazing discoveries. We bring you the stories behind the coins, the market values, and the tips you need to start your own coin collecting journey. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, our goal is to show you just how fascinating the world of coins really is. If you enjoyed learning about the 2005 Lincoln cent and its incredible value, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Rare US Coins, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a treasure hunting update. And do not forget to share this video with friends and family, because who knows, they might have a valuable coin hiding in their pockets right now. Remember, every coin has a story. And here at Rare US Coins, we make sure those stories are told. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and maybe, just maybe, the next valuable coin will be in your hands. The channel where we explore the hidden treasures hiding inside your pocket change. Today's video is going to blow your mind because we are talking about one of the most astonishing and valuable coins in the modern era of American currency. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, a 1-cent piece that looks like any other copper-plated coin you've seen thousands of times before. Now imagine that coin being worth over $500,000. Yes, you heard that right. We are talking about the legendary 1994 Lincoln cent with a jaw-dropping market value of $585,348. At first glance, the 1994 penny might not look unusual at all. It features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which was the design used from 1959 until 2008. The Denver Mint produced millions of these coins, so the big question is what makes this particular coin so incredibly valuable. Why would collectors and investors pay such astronomical amounts of money for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and sometimes mysterious minting errors that elevate an ordinary coin into the category of numismatic legend. The 1994 cent in question is no ordinary penny. It is a coin that combines both historical significance and extreme scarcity in pristine condition. Collectors prize examples that have been graded at the very highest levels by professional coin grading services. When you add in demand from rare coin investors, the price can skyrocket into unbelievable territory. Let's take a deeper dive into why this coin is worth over $500,000. The Denver Mint struck billions of Lincoln cents in 1994, but most entered circulation and suffered scratches, wear, and loss of detail. That makes finding an untouched example in flawless condition incredibly difficult. In the coin collecting world, quality is everything. A common coin can become a treasure if it survives in perfect mint state, especially at grades like MS-68 or higher. Coins at that level display razor-sharp details, a brilliant original luster, and virtually no marks visible even under magnification. Another factor that drives the value of this coin is the possibility of unique varieties or striking errors. Collectors know that Lincoln cents sometimes feature double die obverse, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes that make them stand out. While not every 1994 penny is valuable, the rare examples that combine both high-grade condition and special attributes become extraordinary finds that collectors are willing to fight over at major auctions. To put this into perspective, imagine you are searching through your change jar, and you stumble across a 1994 penny that looks unusually sharp and shiny. If you had that coin professionally graded and it came back as a near-perfect specimen, you could potentially be holding a six-figure fortune in your hand. That is the magic of coin collecting. What seems ordinary to most people can turn into a life-changing discovery for someone who knows what to look for. Now let's talk about the market side. According to auction records and numismatic research, the top-end value of a 1994 D Lincoln cent in incredible condition has reached a staggering $585,348. That means this coin is not just a piece of pocket change, it is a high-value collectible asset that rivals fine art, rare jewelry, or vintage cars. Serious collectors and investors are willing to pay these amounts because coins like this are extremely rare and historically important. What does this mean for you? It means that right now, sitting in your piggy bank, coin jar, or wallet, there could be a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Thousands of people pass over pennies every day without a second thought, yet some of those pennies are worth life-changing amounts of money. The story of the 1994 D cent proves that modern coins can still surprise us with incredible value. So the big question is, how can you identify if your 1994 D penny might be valuable? First, check the mint mark. Look for the small letter D under the date, which stands for Denver. Then carefully examine the coin under good lighting or a magnifying glass. If it looks almost untouched with bright original luster, sharp edges, and no major scratches or spots, it may be worth getting graded. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can confirm the condition and authenticity of your coin. Remember, the highest values go to the highest graded coins, so condition is absolutely key. Another tip is to stay informed about coin values by following channels like this one, Rare US Coins, where we bring you the latest news, discoveries, and auction results from the world of numismatics. Knowledge is power, and the more you know about coins, the better chance you have of finding treasures in everyday places. Think about it. A coin minted for just 1 cent, a coin that most people would ignore or drop on the sidewalk, has become worth nearly $600,000. That is the kind of story that inspires people to start coin collecting and treasure hunting. And who knows, maybe your discovery could be the next headline in the rare coin world. Before we wrap up, let's quickly review. The 1994 D Lincoln cent may look ordinary, but in pristine condition it can be worth an unbelievable $585,348. This value comes from rarity, condition, and collector demand. Always check your change, look carefully at your pennies, and never underestimate the value of the coins you carry. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. If you found this video exciting and educational, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to learn about valuable coins that could be hiding in plain sight. Share this video with your friends and family so they too can start looking at their coins with new eyes. Who knows, the next big discovery could be in your hands right now. This is Rare US Coins, the channel where we explore the fascinating world of rare American coins and uncover their hidden treasures. Today, we are diving deep into a story that has captured the attention of coin collectors, treasure hunters, and investors all across the world. This story is about a coin that many people walk past without even noticing. It's a simple 1-cent coin, a penny from 1982. But what makes it extraordinary is its market value. This one small copper coin, which many would consider ordinary pocket change, has been valued at an incredible $585,347. Yes, you heard that right. Over $500,000 for a coin that most people would not even bother to pick up from the sidewalk. So what makes this coin so special and why are collectors willing to pay such a fortune for it? Let's uncover the secrets. The 1982 1-cent coin marks a turning point in U.S. mint history. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a major change in the composition of the penny. Before that year, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But as the value of copper rose, it became more expensive to mint a penny than the coin itself was worth. So in 1982, the mint switched the composition to a copper-plated zinc coin, which contained only a thin layer of copper on the outside and was mostly zinc inside. This change created two different types of 1982 pennies, the heavier copper version and the lighter zinc version, but that's not all. In 1982, there were actually 7 different varieties of the penny. Some had small dates, some had large dates, and they were produced in both copper and zinc. That means there are multiple combinations of size and composition. This unique situation made 1982 pennies one of the most fascinating topics in the coin collecting world. Now, here is where the story becomes really interesting. Most people assume all pennies are worth just 1 cent, but when you take a closer look at these 1982 varieties, some of them are extremely rare. Among them, the 1982 small date copper penny is the superstar. This is the coin that sold for an astounding $585,347. It is one of the most legendary modern U.S. coins because of its rarity. You might be wondering, why is this particular coin so valuable? The answer lies in its extreme scarcity. While millions of 1982 pennies were minted, the small date copper version with the Denver mint mark is almost impossible to find. Experts believe only a handful exist. Imagine searching through thousands of pennies and suddenly discovering this hidden treasure. That's exactly what drives collectors wild. What's even more fascinating is that this valuable coin can still be out there, sitting in change jars, tucked away in old piggy banks, or even lying around in your coin collection unnoticed. That's why coin collectors across the country are carefully checking every 1982 penny they come across. The chance of finding a coin worth more than $500,000 in your loose change is what keeps this hunt so thrilling. Now let's talk about how to identify this rare gem. First, you need to know the difference between copper and zinc pennies. A copper penny from 1982 weighs about 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. If you have a digital scale, you can check the weight of your 1982 pennies. If your coin is a small date variety and it weighs 3.11 grams, you may be holding one of the rarest coins in U.S. history. The second step is checking the date style. The small date has a more delicate, slimmer appearance compared to the large date. The number 2 in the date looks slightly different, with a more curved shape. Collectors train their eyes to spot these subtle differences, and finally, you must look for the Denver mint mark, the small letter D under the date. If you have a 1982 small date penny made of copper, then congratulations, you may be holding a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is what makes coin collecting so exciting. The idea that an ordinary-looking penny could be a life-changing discovery is something that excites both beginner collectors and seasoned professionals. Coins are not just money, they are history in your hands. They carry the stories of the U.S. Mint, of the economy, of changing metals and policies, and sometimes they carry a fortune. Imagine this. You go through your old jar of coins that has been sitting in the kitchen for years. You casually start checking the dates and the weights. Suddenly, you come across a 1982 penny. You put it on the scale, and it weighs 3.11 grams. You look closer and realize it has the small date style. And then, you notice the Denver mint mark. Your heart races as you realize you could be holding a coin worth over $500,000. That's the dream of every coin hunter, and remember, this is not just a fantasy. Someone actually sold such a coin for $585,347. That is proof that treasures still exist in everyday pocket change. At Rare U.S. Coins, we believe that every coin tells a story. Some stories are about history, some are about mistakes at the mint, and some are about pure luck. The 1982 small date copper penny is a story of rarity, mystery, and unbelievable value. It is living proof that sometimes the smallest things can hold the biggest worth. So next time you find a penny, don't ignore it. Pick it up, look at the date, check the mint mark, and if it's from 1982, give it special attention. Who knows, you might be the next person to discover a coin worth more than most houses. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the hidden treasures of U.S. coins, make sure to subscribe to Rare U.S. Coins. We bring you amazing stories about rare finds, market values, and coin collecting tips that could turn your pocket change into a fortune. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. You never know, one of them might be holding a rare penny without realizing its true value. Thank you for watching Rare U.S. Coins.